Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Research methodology we are talking. First 3 topics, 3 lessons in our playlist. This prepared long back, and due to my little bit of health down, so I stopped this auditing and started these 3 lessons which I have already uploaded, prepared a long back. So many of you are requesting me to continue this research methodology, so let me continue this. Right now I am okay. Now let me continue this research methodology topic. So today we'll see somewhat you got an understanding about research methodology, what is research, okay, out of these first 3 talks. Now today we'll see ethics or ethical issues of research. Now when I am talking about research, this is related to the marketing research. Okay, business research, not scientific research, because our subjects are commerce and management. Based on this, I have taken this topic, ethical issues of marketing or general business research, you can say. You know that when we go for research, maybe the research is assigned to a particular person, or someone is doing this research. In any of such cases, they have to maintain such moral and also ethical values. Without this ethics, without moral values, there is no use of research. The research will not give you the proper results. That is why you need to focus more on the ethical values. Then only we are going to get the proper benefit, then only we are going to get the right value of the research. That research will be useful if you follow certain ethical values. What are those ethical values? Mainly ethical values from the 3 point of view. The first one is that respondent, means from where we are taking the data, on whom we are taking some experiment, or we are collecting the data from particular persons. Respondent. From the respondent point of view, ethical values. Second one is that from the client. Client meant who has given the research work to particular person. A person who has given research work to particular person, that person is client. Say for example, let me use our marker. So A is a person. He wants some kind of research. That research work is given to B. Now A is here client. He wants research on particular topic, particular aspect. So A is client. Now B is here researcher. Am I clear about this? He is client and he is researcher. Now we are talking about client, means A. Okay, client point of view, what are the ethical values? 4 are there. Third one is that researcher, means B, who is doing the research. From his point of view also there are some ethical values that has to be followed. Now let's focus on one by one. First one is that respondent. Respondent means now B is doing research. For the research purpose, B has contacted many people. They are respondents. Say suppose B contacted 100 members. And he asked some kind of queries and what are the feelings of those people. So these 100 members, we call them as respondents. From whom B is collecting the data, right? Now respondent point of view, moral ethical values are only 2 points are there. First one is that conducting survey to sell products. You are conducting research. Who is conducting? B is conducting research, but for the purpose of some data. Now most of the time what is happening is here B is conducting research specially to sell the products. That is unethical. You are forcefully or technically, tactfully, he is doing some kind of gimmicks and he is conducting survey, along with that selling the products also. That is not ethical. You are conducting, means he is conducting research only to collect the data, not to sell the products, right? So this is one kind of unethical thing which is going. This has to be stopped. This is unethical. Second thing, at the same respondents point of view, when respondents are responding and they are giving the data from their side, this point comes. Invasion of the privacy of respondents. Suppose these 100 members responded, they have given their data. They have expressed their views. In that data, sometimes their personal information is also included. Because I have done research, I know it. When we prepare questionnaire, personal data will be included, like what is his name, phone number, where he is working, and account details also sometimes. So these are all personal data. With this personal data is misusing sometimes. You do not know, many times the researchers will be selling this personal data to someone and they can use it. That is the reason unknown calls you will be getting most of the time. We are from so and so, are you interested, something, etc., etc., etc. All these things are misusing the privacy of the respondents. These are the main two problems related to the respondents. Okay? And second one will come to the client point of view. Moral ethical values related to the client. First point is that abuse of position. Now client is having full rights. Client is assigning the research work to the researcher. Sometimes client may abuse his position, means unnecessary information which is not required, fraudulent, any kind of things he may impose on the researcher. False statements or false information expecting, and that may be useful for him in another way. So that should not happen. That is, we say it as a abuse of position by the client. That is unethical. Client is abusing his position because he is having command. He is assigning the work to researcher, right? In the same way, unnecessary research. Sometimes what is required, this may not be focused. Unnecessary information which is not required, that is also sometimes included by the client, maybe knowingly or unknowingly. Sometimes he may have knowledge, may not have knowledge, but anyway this kind of unnecessary information also which is included in the research, so that it is not useful. This is unethical, wasting of time. And in the same way, unqualified research. Unqualified research means when you are assigning the research work to the researcher, say A is assigning to B, whether B is qualified or not, we are talking about this point. Unqualified research means the B should be qualified, B should have the sound knowledge, B should have the sufficient knowledge to search that project, and he should have that capability to do the research work. That is qualified research. Sometimes some XYZ who does not have much knowledge assigning the work, then that will become unethical or unqualified research, you can say. And the fourth one is the disclosure of identity. Here when the client is assigning some research to B, B is working for A, that's it. It is a confidential thing between A and B unless they have a any kind of agreement that he can disclose the B. Otherwise, he is not supposed to harm to B, he is not supposed to disclose any kind of matter related to B to others. So that is what we are saying, disclosure of identity. He must protect B because he is doing research for A only, not for anybody else. So that is, we say it as a disclosure of identity. These are the ethical values he has to follow, client. Now next comes to the researcher. Researcher means B. While doing research, he should follow some ethics. What are those ethics? Means first one is that improper solicitation. Improper solicitation means whatever research he is doing it must be fair. It should not be a fake. It should not be to deceive someone, or false information is included, fake information, something has done and manipulated, pretended and then reported the submit. That should not happen. So that is why we say improper solicitation means it must be always fair, do not deceive anyone, fair. Okay. Second one is that proprietary technique. Whatever techniques he is using for that research, that techniques should be proper techniques. And these techniques should not disclose to somebody else. Whatever he has done, it is confidential. Proprietary techniques means the techniques what he has used, that should protect, that has to be confidential, not to disclose anyone. Okay. And third one is that misrepresentation of findings. When we do research process, I told you, third lecture I think. So when we do the findings should be proper. We have done a lot of research. After the research, mainly the findings and suggestions are the key points of any research. This findings, if at all misrepresenting by this researcher, then everything is gone wrong. That is why he must be very careful that findings should be proper. It should be clean. It should be represented what he has done. That should not be misrepresented. False information or unfair information which is not there in the research, that kind of information he is not supposed to submit. So that is misrepresentation of the finding, that should not be happen, otherwise it will become unethical. And last one is that additional request. Sometimes the researcher means client not researcher, client may be asking researcher to give additional information. Whatever work he has assigned, B has done, researcher has done. Now sometimes he is expecting, I want additional information. That additional information may become a burden to the researcher. How? Either in case of monetary expenses, sometimes he need to spend more because of additional information and he has to spend more time also. So that is also going to be unethical, because what he has assigned, only researcher is going to do. If any additional means, that will become additional. For that, a proper agreement, proper payment, proper time and everything should be allotted, then that will not become an unethical. That's it. Am I clear? Take a screenshot or note down. In the coming classes also, we will discuss more about research design and many more topics are there, quite interesting. Just focus and stay connected. Check out the playlist. There are many subjects which already covered by me. Everything free of cost. Please share this information and study throughout your semester. Revise before exams. Good luck.